We offer that. That's what it comes down to on everything, wherever you go. Smart Money Club. It's one thing to make money, it's a totally different thing to keep it. How many of us, whether you're from the solar industry, real estate industry, insurance industry, big ticket, money making businesses, but how many people do you know? And I've heard this over and over again. How many people know what to do, but they don't do it, or they don't know enough? So the Smart Money Club is going to help you not take over your money, but show you what to do, give you some ideas of safe ways so that you keep your money, not spend it all on stuff you probably didn't need anyways. And then right here in the bottom left, my passion, if you will, Encore Solar and Freedom Forever. So like I mentioned, being 15 years in the solar industry, let's talk a little bit about solar real quick here. We won't take all night, but we'll talk a little bit about it. So if you come from the solar industry, listen up, because you have not seen and you have not been involved in something like Build is building right now through this right here, through Encore Solar. I'll promise you that. When I worked for 3 different companies. One of them was a major company that we all know of, and a couple of them were great local Southern California installers. And one of them went out of business due to COVID because they couldn't learn to switch from in-home appointments to Zoom. They said it would never work. Well, I can tell you, being since through COVID up till now, I can tell you that's 100% wrong. I've probably been to 10 people's houses in the last 5 years. Let me ask you a question. How much money do you think you save on gas and time and energy and stress sitting on the freeway when you could do the same exact thing over Zoom? The same way you're looking at my screen tonight, if you were a homeowner, instead of me walking into your kitchen and sitting down, I could do the same thing on Zoom, be a good listener, camera on, I can see you. You don't have to clean your house. You probably see where I'm going with this right here. So let's look at this. Why get involved in the solar industry? The size and the timing of the opportunity. 130 million homes in the U.S., 90 million are eligible, and only about 3.5 million have gone solar. That's crazy. That's 87 million homes are eligible and still do not have solar. You'll be dead before you could talk to everybody. But that's the size of the industry that we have. And obviously you want to have something good in it for the consumer. That should be our number one focus, taking care of them and taking care of you and your family. And number one for the customer, saving up to 50% on energy costs. Okay, obviously people would rather pay less than more. Zero down options. Sometimes I hear people say, well, I think I've heard of something like that, but that seems expensive. Zero down. That's the same way you pay your utility right now. Zero down with financing options. And then blackout protection. If you think of batteries, for example, if you think of fires in California, hurricanes in Florida, snowing and hot and everything in Texas, the power going out. Put a 1 in the chat if you've had your power go out in the last 6 months, maybe one once. These are all things that are very timely that we can help with, as well as a tax credit if you qualify up to 30%. So if you're looking to own solar, where your client is, that's receive a tax credit of up to 30%. Also, how about an immediate increase in home value? Let me ask you this question, Mr. Homeowner. When you pay your bill every month to your local utility nationwide, do you have any increase in your home value? I'll give you a minute. And then clean energy, doing the right thing for you, your kids, your grandkids, the planet, right? So these are all valuable points of what's in it for the consumer. And then a fun fact here, this is 2022, someone went solar every 44 seconds. In 2023, I think the number was something every 30 something seconds. So faster and faster and faster. In California, since 2020, you cannot build a house or an ADU up to certain sizes without having solar. In Florida and Miami-Dade County, that county specifically, you cannot, same thing. You have to have solar. Otherwise, you're not going to get a permit for the house. So think about that. By 2035, all electric cars in California. By 2045, they're saying everybody, no matter what kind of house, new or old, is going to end up having solar. So why not take advantage as a homeowner and take advantage as a business to be in front of the switch, in front of the swing, instead of saying, I wish I should have, could have, I should have maybe listened or tried it or gotten into it. So who do we use? Our installation partners, Freedom Forever, Wise Choice, Nationwide, W-2 employees. So they're not subcontracting to 15 different people. That can be a nightmare sometimes, as you know. Inc. 5000 company, large, and they really know what they're doing. As a matter of fact, just came out with another report, said literally on the top company in solar for what we do. Here's one of the reasons: a 25-year production guarantee. With the best in the industry, literally the only solar installation company that 100% guarantees the energy that your solar system produces. Okay, so that's a guaranteed power, return of lost savings, which means if the solar should go out or something that was a result of the solar malfunctioning or whatever, you actually can get a credit or a check from that. So that's another one of the things. So guaranteed production is a big thing. People want peace of mind, and it's for 25 years. So that's something that sets us apart as well. States we cover. So obviously, if you're on this tonight, you're here tonight, put it a 1 in the chat if you're looking for opportunity. Put a 1 in the chat if you're tired of having somebody else tell you what you're worth. So the dark green is what we're actively installing. Coming soon is the light green, and the room to grow is in gray. Why is it like that? Simply because the dark green ones are the ones with the highest rates. It makes the most sense, the fastest, just like California, Texas, Florida, the East Coast, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York, all these places where bills are high and funds are low. Okay, some of the gray areas have much lower rates, but trust me, solar is coming. Get ahead of the curve. Also, if you live in one of these gray areas, listen, because we're on Zoom, we have people that work from outside the country that help people go solar on the daily, and they don't even live in this country. So if you're sitting in one of those gray states right now, you're at the right place at the right time. We're specifically looking for people in Alabama, Alaska, Hawaii. Why? Because opportunity lies all around you. And Freedom currently covers 66% of the US and growing. So I'll keep it moving. You know, the funny thing here is this. When you look at this slide, you see a whole bunch of houses, but when you look closer, you see a whole bunch of homes with no solar on the roof. And I can promise you, after you see what you see in the second half of tonight, you will never, no matter what town or city, state you're from New York to Idaho to California to Texas, you will never look at your neighborhood the same. Because every time you back up out of the driveway and put it in drive, you're going to be looking at thousands of dollars that you could have made and so many people that you could be helping. And you're driving by them on the daily. My suggestion is talk, strike up a conversation, help them a little bit. Here's the reason why. Customer testimonials. Here's one in California. We'll go coast to coast here. $287 before solar. After solar, $184. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure out that 148 is less than 287. And the fact of the matter is this person is probably getting like 125 to 150% offset, which means more electricity for way less than they're paying now. Who wouldn't want that, right? And then let's go to the East Coast there in Florida. You see that house right there. 410 in the Florida homes like Texas, they use a lot of electricity, right? A lot of electricity. From 410, the monthly average, to 290 after solar. So it's pretty simple to see that this just makes sense. And to get that point across, I'll just say this little line in the bottom. A really wise mentor once said, a solar sales presentation is not a presentation, it's an IQ test. And I honestly think, guys, instead of begging people to go solar, things like that, listen, work with the willing. My line is this: when your bill gets high enough, you'll go solar. So I'll say it one more time. A solar sales presentation, it's not a presentation, it's an IQ test. And we'll keep moving. So let's look at the energy cost over time. If you look at today's payment on the left, let's say 150. You see, as you go to the right, you have the 10 years and then the 30 years. We got a 6 to 8% annual increase. I can tell you most places are way higher than 6 to 8% annual increase. There's some areas that aren't, But I'll tell you right now, California being one, some East Coast areas, definitely more. California, more like 18%. Okay. So if you look at these numbers, how would you like your bill to go from 150 to doubling to 1,500? For some people in some states, that's a mortgage payment, right? And then the ability to lock in your electricity costs for no money down. And like I mentioned before, the potential to receive a 30% tax credit while it lasts. And folks, remember, that's while it lasts. That's just to get people incentivized to going solar. So you literally at the right place, the right time, hot weather nationwide, things happening, electric usage up. Why would you wait till the tax credit goes away? And why would you wait till the winter time to get started in solar? I'll give you a minute. So this is just one of the things we offer, but this is a high ticket moneymaker. And if you're from networking business, if you have a background in that, I'll tell you, you guys are experts at duplication. Same thing in this business. Learn to duplicate, right? Learn to duplicate. Keep it simple. Don't be the guy or gal that thinks they have to know everything before you get started, because you will get left behind. So to finish up my part tonight, I think when you look at the screen, you probably recognize the face as well as the name, but this is Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world. Energy, and this is what he says, energy deregulation will be the largest transfer of wealth in history. Let me say that one more time. Energy deregulation, not real estate, not life insurance, not your local solar company just doing their little thing, will be the largest transfer of wealth in history. So when you combine that or you marry that with what we have here tonight and what you're about to see, I will tell you to get out your notebook if you haven't already. Take notes on this second part, because I'm about to introduce you to a great leader. And all I can say, people start laughing, but I just think of this guy now, and the word sub just comes out. He'll tell you about that. But listen, this gentleman has made 8 figures, 3 different industries, not jobs, industries. So without further ado, I'll let him say more about himself. Mr. Samuel Bean, are you there?
I'm here, and I appreciate it. And I can just tell you right now, it doesn't sound like you got your voice back since the big event last weekend. You've been rocking and rolling, you've been talking, and you've been selling a dream. And man, I tell you, great first half, astounding first half, and also you came in the clutch because JC had some things to do, and man, I'm glad to be able to partner with you today. And ladies and gentlemen, if you can put some ones in the chat, celebrate him because Pete did an awesome job. And when you talk about, just telling you guys what the company is about, the history of the company and everything that we offer, again, he just did a great job. And so I appreciate you teeing me up. And guys, like you said, my wife and I, again, we've been blessed to have a measurable level of success, and we have done well in multiple industries. And to be honest with you, yeah, it all stemmed from just learning how to do business from people who made millions of dollars, not just from themselves, but for other people. And so it's about association, and it's about you putting yourself in a position where you can be in the way of the information, as a lot of great things have happened around you throughout your whole entire life. And some of them just went around you because you probably wasn't ready to hear about it, or you probably couldn't afford it, and those opportunities you missed. And I can just tell you, I was actually retired, and working on different projects and investing and doing different things that made me happy. And I spent many, many years in business on direct sales platforms, network marketing platforms, and and also in other areas in business. But I had to come out of retirement for this, right? When you see, a company, and I want to make sure we have an understanding. Like Pete said earlier, we're in multiple industries, guys. We're not just in one. This is not a solar company. Okay? This is a high ticket platform, multi-sided platform, guys. This is a company that has more than one thing to offer. Okay. And so when you look at what he talked about with solar, that's just our flagship service. And it's amazing one to actually lead with, because a lot of people can now have a career, right? Without having to recruit. That's the beautiful thing about this platform. You get to pick and choose how you actually participate. And so when you look at, Warren Buffett, and while he's on my slide, I follow people who have my answers and not my problems. I follow people who have actually taken other people and made millionaires out of them, because if they can help them become millionaires, they can do the same for me. And even though I've never met him, I follow him, and I try to use as much of his strategies as I can afford to. Because when you look at, what he said in this quote here, energy deregulation will be the largest transfer of wealth in history. Guys, he didn't just say that, he doubled down on it. He literally put over $10 billion in the clean energy space, in the solar industry space. So what that tells me is, regardless of what I do in this company, I should be doing what? Investing in clean energy and solar. It's the future, right? And so when you look at, what I'm talking about today, this is about our compensation plan. And when you actually have a way, 7 ways we get paid, guys, I'm not going to talk about all of them, but every way that I'll talk about today is going to cover how we get paid in solar. It's going to cover how we get paid in, security, right? It's going to cover how we get paid in water, alkaline water, and hydration water. It's going to cover how we get paid, guys, in our smart money and everything else I'm going to talk about, right? And so pay close attention, when I'm having this discussion with you, because I don't want you to miss anything. And I'll go back and I'll start this part off basically with how what I mentioned a moment ago. You taking your own results into your own hands. Basically, like Robert Kiyosaki said, your YOE, your own efforts, right? So when you go to work with this business, this company, you make a sale, right? You bring a person to the table with a bill, you set the appointment, you're going to make half of that $7,000 commission that you see there. And guys, keep in mind, this is just let's just say an example of a commission, right? A lot of our commissions are a lot bigger, but $10,000 for a round number, company pays you 70%, $7,000 to be split between you and the person who helps you close the deal. Okay. So $3,500, guys, put a 1 in the chat. Okay. If you think it's worth $3,500 to do this, 1. Okay. Pique a person's interest about solar. Hey, have you ever thought about going solar before? Right? No. Well, let me share with you some of the benefits. 2, when they say, you know what, I want to know more about it. Great. I'm not that person. I have an engineer that's going to design everything for you. They're going to talk about the finance and going to show you exactly what solar looks like for you and your situation. Right? And so you get the bill. And then 3, guys, you actually take the bill, set the appointment up with the engineer, and then you get out of the way, right? And then you repeat. Guys, you think that short conversation and those 3 steps is worth at least $3,500? Okay. If you're saying yes, if you got the ones in the chat, that means that you're paying attention. Just keep in mind, a person with a part-time job that works 30 hours a week on a part-time job don't make $3,500 a month, right? We're talking about $3,500 in a deal. So a person with a full-time job, 40-hour work week, 50-hour work week, whatever full-time is for you, and one transaction, per month that installs, you're now adding, basically right about 50 grand a year to your annual income salary that you make on your job. Guys, that's not a raise, guys, that's a lift, right? And so when you look at the state of the United States of America right now, guys, everybody needs a lift, right? And so when you look at the second side of that, it's still about your own efforts, right? Becoming a mentor. Yeah, so now people ask us, what do you guys do for leads? Okay, we allow you to put yourself in a position where you can have unlimited leads. Okay. And so these are warm leads. These are leads that are generated by people who are in the sales force, who are going out there door knocking, who are going out there running advertisement on social media, who are going out there smiling and dialing and contacting friends and family. Guys, those leads are coming to our mentors, right? And to become a mentor, right? So you can get the other half of that deal. All you have to do is do 3 training sales with the mentor. Okay. You're going to share that deal with that mentor because they're teaching you how we do things in this company. Okay. The next 5 deals that you do on your own, guys, you're going to get 100% of that. That revenue is going right to your bank, into your bank account. And then you complete a company certification, in-house certification, watch some videos, answer some questions. And now, guys, we put your name in the lights and we let everybody know that you're now qualified to represent them with their customers. Right. And so again, when you look at people like Jabari Sadler out of Atlanta, Georgia, in the month of April, Jabari did over 28 deals none of which he brought to the table, all of which were sent to him by virtue of the company and their warm lead system. Okay. And so you can see yourself, guys, as a mentor making, right, 10,000, 20,000, $50,000 a month easy if you're putting in the work and you have an open calendar. Okay? And like I guys always want to tell everybody, we don't make any income claims. But again, when you actually do the math and then do the work, amazing things happen for you. Right. So when you look at an example of a mentor who's now helping other people who want to be mentors, let's say you have 4 people who want to actually become a mentor. You help them close their first 3 deals. Now that's 12 sales at $3,500 a sale. Okay. That's $42,000 in commissions. That's a $500,000 a year part-time. Hey, everybody put part-time or put PT in the chat, whether you're on Zoom or whether you're on Facebook, guys, put PT in the chat because I want to make sure we understand that this is not full-time right now. We have people who are trending towards 6 figures and multiple 6 figures in their first year already part-time. Okay. And so then when you go to one of my mentors, and again, the late great Zig Ziglar, he said, you will get all of what you want in life if you help enough people get what they want. Guys, that's where I originated my quote with, I will never ever have a family that's last because I will always put your family first. So when you look at, putting other people's families first, you have to help people become salespeople. You got to help people become leaders, right? You got to help people put themselves in a position where they can create results. And when you do that, guys, the company now pays you a lot more money, right? And this money here is a lot easier to make. Okay, always, because I have people who will say, "Well, I don't like working with people." I say, for an extra $20,000 or $30,000 a month, could you learn how to like helping working with people? And the answer always changes to, "I like helping people." So when you're a consultant, guys, you just came on board, you got your builder's pack, you went to $200 and came in, and now you get 20% frontline overrides, right? So anytime anybody comes into the business and they do a deal, you get 20% of the 30% that's left over. Remember, out of that $10,000 transaction, 7,000 of that went to the person who brought the deal to the table and the person who closed the deal. That was $3,000 left. Okay. That's for the company and the leaders. Right. So 20% of that 3,000 is $600. Right? Now, when you have a small team, 2 or 3 people on your team, doesn't matter. It could be one person on your team. And between you and that one person, y'all do 10 deals in a 60-day window of time, period of time, you become a manager, and now your percentages increase to 30%. So now that $600 becomes $900. Okay. And so the cool part about this is that if that one person that you have on your team that help you get to 10, let's say they do a deal, right? Now, guess what? That deal, you're going to get 10% of that 30%, right? So again, that's another $300 that you have coming in from a person that's down in debt and down all the way down to infinity, guys. There's no bottom. It's kind of like the bottomless fries at Red Baron, right? So at the director level, 35% frontline overrides, 15% down into infinity. Executive director, 40% frontline overrides, 20% overrides down to infinity, right? And you can see the numbers that it takes to qualify for these rank advancements, guys. And these are very, very small compared to what would be our so-called competitors. Okay. As a matter of fact, at director, guys, director is the qualifications for us is the qualifications in most other companies out there to get to their first position, like manager. Okay. We want you to get to the money a lot faster. Okay. So, but executive director is also where you get to be participate in a 2% company-wide pool or profit sharing. Okay. It's kind of like, you now have ownership of the company. You're like a shareholder now. Okay. National director, 45% frontline overrides, 25% down in depth, 5% company-wide pool. Again, your profit sharing percentages grows a lot bigger the higher you go. So it pays to actually help people. It pays to help people become successful in this company. This is not corporate America where when you train a person, you train your replacement. Okay. This is not network marketing, right? When you are actually working with somebody, you don't get them to the highest level in the company because of your ego, right? Or because you might get cut out of your commissions, right? This is a company where when you look at high ticket sales and how we do business here, guys, people can't compete. Okay. So as a manager here on this platform, 10 consultants that you actually have in your organization, 4 frontline, 6 down anywhere in depth, about $6,000, about $6,300 in overrides. Okay. On average, using the first numbers that we gave you. If you do one sale yourself, both sides of that sale, guys, $7,000, $13,300, per month, $150,000 per year. So you double up, guys. You go from 10 to 20, same numbers, right? You're looking at $20,000 a month total. That's $250,000 a year. And guess what? It's part-time. Okay. And so when you look at our part-time is like party time, guys. People celebrate when they get the wins, and we celebrate each other when we get the wins. Imagine being in a company where 95% of the market share is wide open, and it's so much opportunity out there that there's no scarcity mentality, right? People are helping people, people are celebrating people, and everybody is doing this thing, as a team. Okay. When you look at home and business security, right, this is huge. And it just got bigger, right? We were already working, and partnered with ADT and Brinks. Guys, we have a company called Ripple, military grade security, right? And that's coming. Okay, that's man, when I say right around the corner, right around the corner. We're going to launch it the first quarter, basically in January of next year, because that's when it's always best to bring out a new industry and a new product, right? But here with ADT and Brinks right now, people are making $400 to $700 a deal, doing 2 to 3 deals a week, easy. Okay, I have contractors over in St. Louis, Missouri, doing ADT sales as we speak. Now, he's out there taking names and getting phone numbers of people who want the Ripple, because that video is out there and it's going viral, right? And so as soon as we say go, he's going to take that name with those phone numbers, the list with that name and phone numbers, and he's going to go and roll all those people. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to get an upfront commission, but he's also going to get some residual income. And that's the name of the game, guys, recurring income. Okay. So how do you get started? Real easy, real simple. And the very first level is free. Okay. And I want you guys to pay real close attention to what I'm about to say here. Every company out there has an affiliate program. They all have a you bring me somebody, I give you something type of program, right? So our affiliate partners, however, they get paid a lot more than other people's affiliates, $500 to $1,000 per referral. So you get that bill, put it in the system, and that person that you handed it off to, they go do all the work, and they make sure that you get that commission, right? So when you look at the consultants, however, okay, unlike the consultant, affiliates can't recruit, but consultants can recruit. As a matter of fact, consultants can actually build a sales force. So $149 puts you in business for yourself, not by yourself. Now you have your own high ticket platform where you can offer solar, you can offer water filtration, you can offer security and everything else that we offer for $49 a month. And when you find 4 other people who see the vision like you do, guys, and they come on board just like you did, guess what? That $49 a month goes away. Okay. But imagine, guys, having a company that instead of paying $150,000 to $200,000 to get started, and 10 to 15 to $20,000 a month to actually sustain and scale, imagine only paying $149 a month and $49 a month to get it running. Guys, it's a no-brainer. And then when you look at the builder, guys, I'm going to share something with you that's going to blow your mind. And I'm not just saying that. I really want you to put your business hat on. I know some of you guys may be here for a little bit of extra money, and that's fine. I just want you to pay attention to what I'm saying, just in case one day you wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I'm tired of the small money. I want the big money. Because when you go to work every day, whether you wake up and have this thought or not, you can't wake up and say, I want to be a millionaire and make $1 million in that company. You can wake up in this company and say, I want to make 7 figures a year, and do so. And this is going to be one of the fastest and most efficient ways to get you here. So that 199 pack, which is the pack that everybody gets started at or everybody works their way up to, okay, gets you everything the consultant has, but more. And it's only $99 a month to maintain. But let me share with you, what you get with that. Okay. So when you look at, people who make billions of dollars, guys, I'm studying millionaires and I'm studying billionaires. I've made millions, but But I'll just tell you, I can make more. And the people who are making more, people who have the most secure lifestyles in the world, they have an offering that they can create a subscription based around. Okay, so when you look at companies like Netflix, right? A lot of you guys have Netflix. You know how I know? Because over 260 million people subscribe. Okay, guess what? Spotify. A lot of you guys have Spotify. And again, I know because over 239 million people have Spotify, you subscribe, right? And then when you look at, I'll give you another one that a lot of you, okay, a lot of you. As a matter of fact, if you have an Amazon Prime account, please be honest. Please say me in a chat, right? If you have an Amazon Prime account, please say me in the chat because when you look at Amazon Prime, guys, Jeff Bezos, right, overrides over 200 million subscriptions, right? And so I want to show you how you can become, the next Jeff Bezos or the next Amazon or the next Netflix, right? You have to have an offering that has tremendous value. And when I look at our Smart Money Club, guys, this membership is the start of it. Think about how many people out there going through things, and they're not going through things because they have money problems. They're going through things because of the philosophies that govern their money, right? And the let's say the economic IQ that they have being so low, that's what creates the money problem. People with less money, they do more than most people who have more money and bad philosophies. So we're going to fix that. We're going to put you in a position, obviously, to make a lot of money, but we're going to make sure that we put you in a position to say, I actually sustain my money, I grow my money, I diversify with my money. I'm actually building legacy wealth with my money as opposed to saying I used to have. Okay. Okay. So when you look at all the things that are important to people who make millions and billions of dollars, their credit is impeccable. Okay. So we're talking about repair and building it up. Okay. That taxation is amazing because they don't pay a lot of taxes. And we'll show you how to do that, how to protect yourself and how to insulate yourself from lawsuits and IRS and stuff like that, right? How to be your own bank using insurances like all of the big money wigs out there, right? Tax-free retirement. And guys, what do all these things that I'm mentioning have in common? That one, you can get each and every last one of these things, and including everything that's on the business mastery side on the internet for free, but you can also get it on the internet, right? Somebody charging you $5,000 per program, $10,000 per program, $20,000 per program, right? And so we're giving you this, right, for $50 a month along with this. You heard Pete earlier say, if you like to eat, you can get a discount. They have steak restaurants where you can have discounts at. You have shopping that you can have discounts at. You have activities that you can do with your kids and family that you can actually get discounts at. Guys, traveling is important and traveling is huge all around the world. Well, guess what? You actually get discounts on travel as well, cruises and everything. As I've been on 2 trips, I've already used this membership in the last 6 months twice. Went to Vegas for about 5 days and saved $28 a night at the Venetian. Okay. Just got back from LA, was in LA for 6 nights, saved $31 a night, $186 on that trip. And again, it's always smart to save money. Guys, millionaires and billionaires don't pay full price for anything. They always negotiate a lower price without losing value, right? Savings is the new earnings, right? So remember, if that income was that when I call it income because it's money that was scheduled to come out of your pocket to pay somebody for something that you actually needed. When you actually save that money, it stays in house, right? Therefore, it becomes income to you. So I'm just giving you some information that I learned that's made me a lot of money and information that I taught, information I paid a lot of money for, right? But what I just showed you guys with the Smart Money Club membership and the Bills Savings memberships, those two things combined for $50 a month, a little extra $50 a month is going to put you in a position where your subscriber base is going to be huge. It's also going to buy the company some leverage when it comes to paying out bigger commissions. So when you're on this membership, guys, you're a part of this company, it's going to allow the company to actually give out bigger discounts to people who are buying solar and other products from us. Okay, so it's not just for the residual. The residual, again, for you may be the main thing, but I'm gonna just tell you, for the company, the savings on everything we offer and the bigger commissions for you guys, it's everything. Okay, so with that being said, what I want you guys to do is this. Take a look at this chart. Yeah. Now I gave you the foundation of the subscriptions, right? And when you actually come on board and you're showing people what we have to offer and they come on in like at the builder level, like you do, right? When you have 10 people on the left, 10 people on the right, and you don't have to bring all 10 in, that's $500 a month. You're getting paid on subscribers, right? You can do that, as you can see, as you build up your subscriber base, by building up your network over time, guys. The next 6 months from now, next 12 months from now, next 24 months from now, you plan on being around here. I know the company will be around here. So if you plan on being around here, let's say 2 years from now, you wake up and you had $100,000 a month because you have a legit 10,000 person subscriber base, or you wake up at $250,000 a month because you have a legit 20,000 person subscriber base that pays at $50 per month. Guys, I need you to think a whole lot bigger, a whole lot faster than you ever have before, because this money is being made, okay, with or without you. I decided that it wasn't going to be made without me. Okay, I threw my hat in the ring. I came out of retirement because regardless of what I make on solar, water, right, security, if any of that stuff, I plan on making $250,000 a month in 18 months from now. So with that, I'll turn you guys back over to the person who actually invited you. Make sure you go ahead and get yourself positioned, at the builders level so you can take full advantage of everything that we sell. Build yourself a brand new company with a really nice sales force, and one day wake up having the comfort and security of a subscriber base like a Jeff Bezos. All right. So we'll see you guys at the top. We'll see you guys at the bank. We'll see you guys at the beach. And we'll see you back here next week, same time, same line, more people. Bye-bye for now.